Got a sore throat, and I drank a lot last night, but I'm still here, trying to develop things and trying to make video. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Resident Evil 2. Last part, we made it here. We fought Willie Birkin, and in this part, I'm gonna try to explore the sewer systems. Oh wait, if I just came back from it, yeah, okay, I gotta get rid of that. Oh wow, okay. So I have a lot that I have to deal with, because now I have to use my gun, or I have to deal with any amount of enemies, or deal with however many enemies are down there, and I don't have that many bullets.
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
This is hilarious. This is one of those things that's just really funny to me. He has lost consciousness due to the shock of the bullet wound. The wound does not seem to be mortal. I guess, like, that's... Okay, well, that's pretty quick thinking, the fact that she knows it just offhand. But still, it's kind of hilarious, just the idea of her. It's like, you took a bullet from me? Well, too bad. Just chill there for a while. I also have to point out that from the system they were talking about, it seems like the reason, or if I remember correctly, the reason they put this shaft here, or the fan blades here, was to provide an entrance for N.S.P Birkin. However, it does kind of lead to the hilarious fact that no matter what, she'd have to go through sewer water to get here.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? N.S.P Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him. Where did you get that? It looks exactly like the one I gave Sherry. She dropped it. I've been holding on to it for her. Liar! Give it back to me! Too bad.
I think is that one of the only first-person shots in the entire game? Might be. But yeah, Ada Wong, cold as ice! Fucking tosses someone over yeah, kills someone by throwing them over the railing and then fucking just moves on. Like, what's her response? Too fucking bad. Alright. So, let's see what happens if we go down.
Ada?
Fuck, I can't remember, like, how that cutscene plays out. Or, like, I can't remember how the cutscene has played out every time I've seen... Fuck, my dog won't stop moving. But I can't remember how that cutscene played out before, but I felt like that one was slightly different. Or maybe it's because I'm remembering the version, that happens in the other scenario. Take the wolf bell. Small key. And move on. And of course, still infested with spiders. Okay, so let's just go straight to the hallway. Oh, not yet. Something over here. I guess not. That was weird. Because I could have sworn from a distance that there actually was a, an item I could pick up. What the fuck is that sound? Okay, while I have this, I'm just gonna put it in immediately. This isn't like a contextual, or this isn't a super contextual item where you need like something special to it. It's just that you need, it's just you need to put it in there. And fuck it, I have it. I don't need to be, I made the exact same mistake twice. Oh my god. I made the same mistake that I had previously. So okay, just like in my Claire A scenario, I forgot to bring the valve. And it's a particularly rough situation here because I'm a little bit worse for wear, and of course Leon is fucking bleeding. So, you know, he has to soak through, go through all the water, the friggin' toxic water with a giant gaping wound. You know, with whatever amount of bacteria is around him. Oh wait, is this the other one? Warehouse door is locked. Use the small key, so we can go in there if I need to. Oh, there's also handgun bolts in there. Oh wait, is this Claire's? I think it is. That's kind of weird, the fact that Claire's... Because I didn't think I'd be able to go up there. I can go through this door too? Whoa. That's crazy. I'm not going back there because it's I'm almost certain they put those zombies in there just to say don't freaking go down here. But yeah, that's actually really neat. It's like the fact that it isn't just like Leon magically knows not to go. It's just difficult, so it's unlikely for him that he'd want to go through that. I think that's it actually. Let's just go back and lower the platform once more. I was thinking that it might have been a cool idea if Leon is slowly losing health here, but the problem is, if it just started, right when he got shot, then if you already had low health, you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't necessarily be able to stop yourself from dying. Although what you could also do is, you know in Snake Eater, how if you get injured, a reason to want to heal yourself is that your health bar can't go to full if you're injured. So maybe if they had something like that, that could also work. Then again, it also seems like a kind of a useless mechanic if you're only going to do it for such a short amount of time. It's probably going to take longer to tutorialize it than have the entire thing going on. Unless, like, you can... If there's a very good visual shorthand for it, then that would also work. Like, if there was just some way that, at a glance, immediately the player knows what's up. But those design decisions are those that are the most elegant. Is, like, is complicated, but is presented in a way that it's easy to understand. Shit, no, because I think I have to pick up a wolf's... Yeah. Yeah, I have to pick up a medal. It's not the wolf's medal, I think it's the eagle medal. Eagle crest. Oh yeah, and Resident Evil 2, as far as I've heard, is still... They're still remaking it, but it's just, like, no news has come out about it. Yeah. I'm very curious as to how they're gonna do it, cause now they have... When it was first announced, there was only 2 real styles of Resident Evil. It's the high-paced style of Resident Evil.
Ada!
And the slow-paced style of Resident Evil right now. Or, sorry, of the old style. The slow old style, the fast new style, but now there's also a third style.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
Yeah, that was an oddly sexual encounter. Like, I'm not sure, it was just the way she, like, was talking about it, is like... it's like, I was like, Ada, come on, you're smarter than that. Okay, look at this shit. Come, Ada. Come on, Ada. You can do this. Stop running in circles and circles. Come on, you can do this. Holy crap. Ada is supposed to be the most, is like one of the most competent at... Oh, no! She was so close! And she got far away! Where are you going? Where are you going, Ada? Ada, don't run! No! Okay. No! Come back, Ada! Yes! No! Come on, you can find your way. I want to see how long it takes her. Oh my god. She got far away to the point where she's not on the bridge anymore. Oh my god, okay. Let's just keep going. This is taking too long. So it looks like the pathing is like, it doesn't seem to know walls. But then again, she's just running backwards sometimes for no real reason. Holy shit, I don't even know what the hell I was talking about, but it's like, oh yeah, with the way she, like, was talking about healing him up, and, like, the music is, like, I half expected, it's like, you almost expect, like, some weird intimate scene of, like, I don't know, like, them, like, both naked on the bed, and she's, like, doing some, they're doing sexy stuff, but also she's actually bandaging him. It's like softcore porn crap. I think it was the bigger thing was just the music, cause like Resident Evil music is usually pretty good about it's like, okay, now you feel safe, but that was like the most tender sounding safe song I'd heard in a while. I take it that that's supposed to be like on purpose, but it was like a bit much. Okay. Oh, I forgot. This is where the zombies come in and not the spiders. Oh, no. It's that, I think it's actually that this one actually does have zombies, but the next one has spiders? Yep. Okay. And also one thing that's better about the order of playing Claire A, Leon B, is that you kind of appreciate Ada more for just being able to run in a direction. Because Sherry fucking gets caught up on everything every 2 seconds. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh, one minor thing in Metal Gear Solid 3 that just came to mind right there. There's only like 1 or 2 scenes in the subsistence version that were like properly upgraded, and most of them are Eva climbing, like scenes of Eva climbing, what is it called? Oh yeah, climbing ledges near the end of the game. Because I always thought it was weird that in the first version of Metal Gear Solid 3, it was all in-game models, which is really weird, because very few times do they ever do that in the series. And right there, it looks like, okay, I can see they didn't want to do that in this game, because it's just like, she just kind of hangs out of the edge. Close enough to where it'll still count as, okay, it is with Leon, therefore you can enter a door. And let's go. Very smart touch here. Ada is also firing. Yeah, very smart touch there. Ada is also firing, so actually if you don't have any ammo, she can actually still take it out. I kind of wish I was in that situation, because that actually sounds like a cooler way of establishing her as actually having some ability. Because as it stands, like, she's killed 1 civilian, and just been very cautious. But then again, like, I guess most of the characters in this game are just, like, supposed to be somewhat every person. Or, like, supposed to be somewhat every man, or woman, I guess. As in, you know, stuff like, just someone's sister who isn't on a force. A cop, but he has no experience. You know, a child, and then just this woman who you don't know anything about. Or, well, I guess, like, relative to Leon, you don't really know much about anyone else either. Alright, I want to see if Ada will fire. Yes! Okay. Ada, fire! Yes! Come on. Ada? Okay. Good. Saved a lot of ammo. But yeah, I always like the idea of, like, if you have a character who can be useful, why not make them useful? Why not allow them to be useful? You know, it's like, no need to... It's like, if you... I think it's because it's, I think of it in one of 2 ways. Because I actually like Ada's simple look here. And I was... Fucking Jesus. And I always feel like if you make a character visually pleasing, they should be playable. Because it's like, why would you make your character be second string? Or if somebody's favorite could be this character, it's like, whoa! He was still alive! Shit. If your favorite could be this character, yeah, why not? But that's more because it's like, with a video game, I think that there is always a big appeal in you get to control this character. Especially if they look stylish or something. But then again, with Resident Evil, I'm not sure if that would work as well. Because Resident Evil, where I think where their designs work best, is where it's like, they look like, they have style, but they're not ridiculous. Like, Jill's outfit in Resident Evil 1 is a really looks really stylish, but it's not, but it actually looks like something like a cop could wear. Like, trying to transcend that kind of practical but also functional balance is one of the like one of the more underrated things or one of the more underrated aspects of the design of Resident Evil. Although it's purely visual, so probably, and people only like really pop for visual stuff when it's like really over the top. Like, oh, here's something elegant. That's not gonna get people as invested in like or in a game, then it works together. Or it functions well.
We finally arrived. There must be something hidden here.
I think I realized something about what I like about the design, or about Resident Evil, is the fact that it's very gameplay oriented. Like, it makes the gameplay better. And this is kind of something where I'm always a bit off with what a lot of other people like. Like, my elements of, oh, I'd want this piece of storytelling. It's not that I want a story that would compel me more. I want a story that complements the gameplay. And that's always my thing, is like, have great gameplay and then have something else on top of it that gels really, really well. Whoa, hey! Customizing it gave me new shotgun shells! That's awesome! Okay. I don't need this for a really long time. Actually, oh yeah, I'm really when I'm close to the area where I need this, I actually already have a box nearby. But yeah, whenever I have like a secondary aspect to a game, I think of, oh, would it help the gameplay? Like an art style is like, does it make the gameplay feel more, an art style or an animation, does it make the gameplay or game style feel more complete? Like, I guess it's almost like, if gameplay is the rules of the world, then what else would paint this world? Anyway, gonna go back down, and, maybe I should, do that as a... Actually, that might actually sound good as, like, a topic video, so maybe I'll put that one away. But maybe I just said everything that needs to be said there. Like, and one thing that does bug me sometimes with storytelling or, like, certain types of games is if I feel a game, like, it lost something by choosing to be a video game. Like, there's a game called Esther's Quest that when I finished it, I was like, I feel like this really shouldn't have been a video game. Like, it feels like it should have been an audiobook with a tape recorder, or like an audiobook with like a physical picture book with nice pictures. Like, essentially just like a graphic novel, or like a video slideshow or something. Because it's like, I don't feel like my interaction as the character amounted to much. Every time I was moving around, I just felt like I want to move in this world. Like, I want to, like, the pieces of the world that interested me just made me want to move in it. Not necessarily to actually, like, get engrossed in the story or whatever. Like, he's like, I actually liked the scenery, and I was like, but I wish I wasn't Esther. I wish I was Lara Croft. You know, but of course that's my shtick. I remember watching, I believe it was Kim Justice. Kim Justice made a video about Silent Hill 2, where Kim talked about how they played the game in the style of the character's personality, And I don't think I ever do that. Like, I only do that when I've noticed that it's, like, really clashing to the point where I'm like, okay, might as well actually get in character. But it's like, it's always like, I play my style and then try to make it work. That's actually why I think I have a complete disconnect to how other people play Silent Hill 2. Because when I played Silent Hill 2 and I finished it, my thought was genuinely, that was a very fun game. And that might sound like, oh no, you must think you're engaged, because there's no way a game of story that sad could engage you. I was like, no, as a game, I thought it was really, really fun. As in, even as, like, the ending was playing out with a car going into water, you know, that's one of the potential endings, although I'm not going to give you the full context of it. Even with all that going down, I, like, at the end of it, I was just like, I was like, that was fun. As in, like, I had a smile on my face. Like, some people may think that's disturbing, you know, but whatever. That's actually why, while I at one point contemplated doing a Silent Hill 2 video, or to Silent Hill 2, LP, I ultimately decided against it because I felt like my disconnect from people would ultimately make my presentation of Silent Hill 2 like very frustrating. Because like some people's like, I came here for a game that freaked me out, and I wanted to see what would happen with you, and it's like, it's so far away that it's not even close. I got the key. Now, I'm tempted to not turn the monitor on and see what happens, but I'm actually going to turn it on because I don't want to deprive you guys of this. I like to point out that that monitor is Umbrella branded. Left jab or right jab? Right jab. Yeah. I think scenario B with Leon, they do a better job of presenting him, because I feel like with Leon, it's always you have to come to him or else he's gonna come to you first. And when he has control, he can be more dangerous. And I think that's a creepier management of your big motherfucker than just, oh, he's near you. Ada is operating a control panel. I think it's more like she's inspecting it.
Come on, let's go.
So I'm trying to think of games where, like, maybe I was more invested into or like, where I appreciate the story outside of, like, necessarily having gameplay ties. Metal Gear is kind of one of them, but at the same time, like, I do feel like it's actually a really nice contrast, like, the tension of the story, of the actual game versus the more relaxed kind of cutscenes. Although then again, that's kind of why I didn't like, a big part of why I don't like the experience of playing Metal Gear Solid 4 is the fact that the cutscenes are way bigger in terms of size. Oh, right. Since Claire dropped it down, that means, I only have to press the switch on the outside. I keep forgetting the fact that this actually does have some continuity.
Ada! Ada! Can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it!
She's unconscious. Yeah. I think this was also in mind when I was talking about giving Ada a moment, is because, like, when you go from introduction, fill in details immediately to, oh, she's out, it's kind of lame. Like, your character is defined by the fact that they're just out on the ground. You know, I really should have fucking saved before this, actually. I like to point out that William Birkin has attacked the same train twice, for seemingly no reason, than just because it pisses him off. Let's see. So, I really should have brought my Magnum in retrospect. Shit. Okay, that's why he gives you that much warning. I was like, why does he give you that much warning? He's not gonna hurt you that badly. And I'm like, and then it's just like, you are mistaken, sir. Okay, I don't know, like, if the shotgun damage is calculated the way most games are. That was so lucky. Wait, oh, he's dead. Also, very nice touch is the fact that Leon actually looks up to where he just jumped out of. So let's go check in on Ada. And wait. Oh, I was blocked by the panel. Okay, I didn't see it because it's kind of dark. Warning, the motor has stopped due to the problems of overheating.
Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go, save yourself.
Is it just me, or does everybody always ignore what I say? I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you. I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
I'm trying to... Well, okay, I just know this, that, like, however much I'll say, like, oh, I would have done it this way, like, I'm not the one developing this piece by piece. But it's like, I'm looking at that line and I'm like, how would I have done it differently? And I would have been like, I already owe you 2. I used my last, I used my last bandages. Or sorry, let's see, what would it be? I have Leon's reason being, you used up your last bandages to heal me, now I gotta find a way to do the same for you. And for her, it'd probably be something like, I already owe you 2. And then if he, like, says, like, don't worry about it, he'd be like, then, I wouldn't even really say that much more other than I don't want to lose you. If they're trying to build up, it's like, you can see enough. If you're trying to build up the relationship, you can just state what it is in a very short sentence. It's like, her reason plus, you can infer a couple of other things. And here it is. PL 66 or 660. it's one of those. It's always one. That one right there was another moment. I was expecting him to say out loud, "Ada, wait." But because I remembered him doing that, but now it's just like no. Okay, so now this part I never ever remember. In fact, I forgot this part even existed when I did the Claire B version. Green herb. Don't have any handgun bullets, so I may as well just put it in here because I think actually the weapon key is somewhere else. Now that I'm actually in here. Oh, fucking hell, I remember. Okay, as soon as I saw this block in that elevator, I'm like, oh my god, it's this puzzle. It's not even really a puzzle, it's fucking... It just takes forever. I think it's stuff like this that makes people, like, never want to see block puzzles ever again. Although, if I remember, I don't know if it's by reputation, but I remember Code Veronica having it much worse. I don't know whether you're supposed to do this now or later, but I can get started on it. A sense of progression in a game that I'm a fan of is actually the bullet wound there. It's just the idea that Leon is now like physically hurt via something in story mode. Although that being said, it does kind of lead to a very good point, which is if he has to get bandaged up for a bullet wound, why doesn't he have to get bandaged up for anything else? Although then again, the idea of like adding survival elements to Resident Evil. Well, first of all, there is a game called Resident Evil Survivor. It has the worst reputation of every game in the series. But anyway, the idea of adding stuff like that, I think to most people it would be too Metal Gear Solid 3-esque. And I think it's just one of those things that doesn't gel well with the style of Resident Evil. If that makes any sense. Because it's more about item management. Like, you manage what you hold, but you don't really manage yourself. If that makes any sense. Like, the closest thing is health. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's see. Iron smelting pot. Employees only. Let's see. I thought that was a doorway at first. It looks like the switch to turn on the elevator where you press the switch. Well, technically, this is an elevator. Maybe why does that work too? Or why does that work? Or I guess it's, again, a different elevator system. I need a key for this one. This isn't the elevator they were talking about. Alright. You know, actually, I'm a bit out of the loop when it comes to video games. Before it was because, of just, like, not having money. Now I have money, it's just I haven't, now I have less time. Trying to manage my fucking time is, like, the biggest task of them all. Just because I'm very prone to getting burned out by doing stuff. Or, I'm very prone to getting burned out by trying to do things in a very intense way and then just dying halfway through. That happened a lot when I would be recording certain games. Persona 4, when I was doing that, would burn me out because I would record up somewhere between 4 to... God damn it. I was trying to get both of them in one shot. I remember I would record like several hours of Persona 4 in a row. Oh shit, he got me. Wait, did you see that? This guy's ass was hanging out in the air. God damn it. I really put myself in danger for no real reason. Yeah, and of course, I'm not one to defend what Resident Evil is like in its in how it plays, but well, no, I think I am partially one, because my usual defense is something that its style gives it an atmosphere, and like...
Ada? Where did she go?
Its style gives it a weird atmosphere and its own kind of character to it, but in scenarios like that where it's like you're far away from everything and you're trying to aim, it's just like, fuck off. I think that's why there was a, there still is a deep resentment of certain aspects of Resident Evil among certain communities. I think people in general will find hatred towards a game if they find that it's becoming needlessly influential. Like, that's why a lot of the hatred, well, that's why I feel a lot of the hatred around Call of Duty for a long time was. Like, it was more the fact that it was so ever-present. What? Oh my god. But it was so ever-present that, that everyone would be copying it, and people just saw it like, for fuck's sake. Like, if this fails, then all these other generic things would also fail. I've heard, like, apparently, allegedly something similar happened with Star Wars, because Star Wars was like the big movie back in 1977 that, that essentially created a formula for movies to be financially successful. And once other people started imitating that style, people were just like, for fuck's sake, will this just go away? Because otherwise, like, our things won't be as good anymore. It's like, it's hilarious that success is what drives stagnation the most. But then again, you have to have a reason to stagnate. It's like, why is this industry stagnating? Because it's like they want to play it safe. They want to get maximum investment. Or they want to get the most return on their investment. Because I'm with how financial things seem to sound, is like the true stability in like all these industries is not when something is very creative. It's just when something has a lot of return for very little cost, and then it's just, or for very little cost and relatively common success. But then again, the games industry was very fascinating in that when people would imitate the COD formula, they actually wouldn't get that much, or seemingly not get that much success, compared to how much it cost to produce games like Call of Duty. Whereas Resident Evil, like, it seemed like when its influence started spreading, the games were very simple to make. Because it's like, the games don't have any kind of, don't have anything, like, that to me seems like it would be a hard game or an expensive game to make. Like, in a hilarious, in kind of like hilarious irony, the current Resident Evil game is, or the Resident Evil 2 remake is the one that's taken the longest to produce. Oh shit, I actually think, whatever. Oh, that's what it was. I forgot. Fuck, I forgot that the sprinkled gas spray actually is for scenario B. Shit. But yeah, Resident Evil is a game I don't think you have to spend that much money to try to imitate. Whereas something like COD, you actually do need a lot of people for sound, voices. And even probably the bigger thing is actually online play. Those servers have to cost like 13 butts worth of money. Shit, I have to swap. I forgot the rule of like big booms versus liquors, because they just tank frickin' they just tank the fire like nothing. Or maybe it's just this variant. But yeah, like every story came out that like the games that were imitating Call of Duty style is that they were making more, or they were selling more, because I've heard stuff like Resident Evil 5 is actually the best-selling Resident Evil game, despite how it has like a negative. It's weird how it's a game that people say is good, but still has a reputation. That's some freaky stuff right there. Rafiki stuff right there. Shit. Poisoned. Actually, Resident Evil 5's reputation is very weird. Like, the game as a whole is kind of overshadowed just by very individual aspects of it. Like, legitimately, I think more people know Chris in that game than the game as a whole. Like, Chris as a boulder punching is like, but if people know anything, it's that he does that. Sheva's AI is really bad. Alleged racism ties, and whatever the hell else. Oh shit. I'm gonna be really fucking... God damn it! But yeah, that has like more high-octane action style. And from what I understand, Resident Evil 6 is actually the second best-selling Resident Evil game. Now, I don't know like what would have caused that, or why necessarily people would have bought it more than 1, 2, 3. But I think like that the idea of like, okay, it's a bit faster paced, that will attract more people, and it probably did. And like once you get numbers, like high numbers, even if it's like, oh, my profits are low but more people bought it, it's like people think, well, your numbers can't drop. It's like, because that's an immediate sign of failure. Jesus, that was nothing. And so you're put in a situation where you chose to appeal everyone, and now you can't evolve or change because you risk alienating the fans you've built. Which is hilarious, because a lot of these games, like, it chose to alienate the fans they had and just go after a new crowd. What the fuck was that? What hit me? I thought like his body had like a poison sting or something, but I didn't see anything. Yeah. With that sort of mentality, there is an immediate reaction of like, why wouldn't you be faithful to your fans? But I'll say like a lot of fandoms, it's to the point where it's like, you don't have to be loyal to these guys. These guys got what they paid for. He's like, because I think a lot of fans are very demanding about what should be on there. Like, whenever you hear stories of, like, people are mad at this writer because they didn't do their ship or whatever. But, like, but what happened with a lot of the COD imitation, it was just like, it's like, this direction isn't financially working, and the only reason you're not gonna go back, not choosing to go back to something that had its own unique presence that can eventually garner its own kind of fandom. Like, the only reason you're not doing it is just because you have too much pride to be able to go to something that will appeal to less people. I don't know, because I think I'm just a fan of the idea of having a product that has... Essentially, I'm a bigger fan of an industry of many niches, as opposed to a big common ground and several niches beneath it, and, like, only a few niches. Because, like, I don't want to buy 5 games that are very similar. I want to buy, like, 5 games that are very different. But then again, I play video games, like, I used to play video games, like, almost every day. It's like, really, for work, I can't anymore. But because of that, I want to keep just seeing as much as I can. Or, like, I'd want every experience to be unique and different. And that's also another one where it's like there is that disconnect between the hardcore fans of an entire community. Like, it's something I kind of have to learn to accept, which is that the disconnect between the common fans and the hardcore fans. In the movie industry, there's like a really bad slagging reputation against, or the really hardcore film watching in fandom, which is like the snobby critic crowds. They hate like slasher movie stuff or whatever, and like the negative reputation against it is like, why this isn't what horror is. What's actual horror is this psychological, deep scarring stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, keep in mind that's horror. I think I've actually talked about this before. That's like horror to you or anyone. But a lot of people, they just want to go to the movies and have a good time. Like somebody just wants the thrill of watching a horror movie. And like a lot of stuff that people find, oh, this is true horror. It's like, but is it thrilling? You know, for like a lot of people, you have to understand that a lot of the reasons why you would watch something aren't the same reasons why other people would watch something. Ah! Get off me. Is he not bleeding? He didn't take any damage. What the fuck? Oh, it's because of the fucking... Oh, shit. It's because of the fog, or the mist. So he didn't take any damage because the fog made him stronger, or the mist. Shit. I don't know if he's invincible or whatever, but now I have something else to deal with. Magnum parts. Lovely. Oh boy, I have no ammo, no way of fighting these guys, so I have to get around them. Ah man, this is now tense. And all while I was rambling about stuff that I've already previously talked about. But yeah, as I said, a lot of people will come to video games for whatever reason they want. Like, that's why while I don't like the idea of video games being focused around stuff they don't do better than other ones, like, I'm not gonna shit on someone for enjoying whatever. You know, I don't hate people because they're not good at video. I'm not gonna, like, cast the negativity towards people who don't want to play, like, extremely difficult games, for example. Now, that being said, what I don't like is when they claim they somehow represent a betterment of the industry. Because it's like, because it's like you're stripping it's kind of, I guess I don't like it when, like, an inadvertent thing that they're, when, ugh. Man, I swear I need to speak to a speech therapist, 'cause a lot of times I just speak frickin' in mumbles. But, what I don't like is when the impression I get from someone speaking is, I am what the industry should be. Or I am who the industry should appeal to. Which, now, in terms of interest, it's like, okay, yeah, of course I'd say that. I want to fucking play games like this. But there is, like... There seems like enough of a hive mind to where it gets kind of poisonous. Where it's like, if we're collectively loud enough, it's like, our type of games will be made, and, like, if we shit on other people's, like, theirs won't be, so they have to play our stuff. Because I know that sounds like fucking over ridiculous conspiracy stuff, but I think it's because I actually do have the belief that people are petty enough to do that. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. I'll use the I just noticed I have no ammo other than my magnum. But yeah, what I was saying is, I actually genuinely believe people are petty enough to essentially say, you shouldn't enjoy that. You know, and unless it's like something really fucked up, it's like I'm not likely to say someone like, no, don't enjoy that. Stop. Anyway, was I talking about how the fuck was this related to Resident Evil? Well, I guess it is sort of related to Resident Evil because there is always the negativity against Resident Evil. I think it just has to do with whatever the fuck's in the public eye. If people, like, are, oh, that was just atrocious. Oh, wow. No! Fucking hell. Yeah, if something's in the public eye, it's like, is it mine? Then I'll piss and moan at it. That is... Finally. Because I remember, like, I think it's because it also comes from me being a pro wrestling fan. And it's like, I understand, I don't want to, it's like, I don't want pro wrestling to appeal to people who, even if they, if they tried to watch anything else, wouldn't enjoy it, if that makes any sense. I think that's, I don't know, this is, what was my term of it when I had moments like this before? Oh yeah, stream of consciousness. Like, I just kind of thought about a lot of my speaking difficulties, and I'm like, I think I somehow think in nouns and then find the adjectives later. So I just, and find the rest of the words later. So it's like, I'll come up with the nouns and then, like, the others, the connecting pieces aren't gonna materialize until later. But anyway, now I actually have a fingerprint scan of Leon's tips. And so now we have 3 keys, one of which is way frickin' down, back in the boiler room. Another of which is going to be used to get the weapon of whatever's in the fuck you. That's gonna be the weapon that's gonna be used in the... Oh, that I'm gonna get from the second fingerprint scanning. Oh, I forgot that because lickers are blind, they have to listen to your footprints, or footsteps. But yeah, the 2 cards, one is for the door at the bottom, another is for the weapon or whatever I'm gonna get for the fingerprints. It's go time, boys. Okay. I like to point out that since the light is yellow, apparently Claire closes this every time she goes in. Okay, so that's where the lab key is used up. I love how there's like no timer on this at all. It's just fucking, fuck it, leave it open for the entire, maybe it is open for the entire 24 hours. 2 people need to be present. Not necessarily at the same time, just within decent succession. Yeah, I got both of them. Aw, man. I was hoping for another double. Remains of a failed experiment. Weirdly enough, I actually think Resident Evil should show more of its failed experiments, because it's like, oh, you have completed stuff like the Lickers, Neptune, or whatever the heck. Oh, I forgot! I thought it was a, I thought what you got was actually the, was just the ammo clip. No, it's the whole thing. I did not remember that. In case to transport some, important chemical, but there's nothing inside. It got used. Is he looking at the liquor? Whatever. I got a new ammo. Okay, so I'll just use this for the... Or I'll use this for all the normal enemies and use the Magnum on the boss monsters. Now, what was it that's in the vaccine room? God damn it. Fuck. Is this guy seriously not dying? Finally. Finally. Oh my god. I did not realize how much health I was losing. Oh shit. When did I save? Fuck.
Where did you get that pendant?
Oh, I thought she was just staring at her tits. Hey!
Is it just me, or does everybody always ignore what I say? I told you.